amazes me that to convince black people that Donald Trump cares about them, he takes pictures with celebrities. It's amazing to me. If Donald Trump cared about black people, he wouldn't have denigrated the president with.
The streets are buzzing, the internet is on fire, and fans everywhere are losing their minds because one of hip-hop's biggest legends, Snoop Dogg, is suddenly under investigation. Rumors are spreading like wildfire, and no one knows what's real and what's fake. Social media is flooded with speculation, from shocking legal claims to mysterious sightings. And it seems like every angle of Snoop's life is under a microscope. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, DL Hughley drops what he's calling receipts that fans are calling explosive proof that could change everything we thought we knew about the Dogfather. People are asking, is this the beginning of a career-shaking scandal? Or is it all smoke and mirrors designed to stir drama? Everyone from fans to fellow artists is talking. Theories are flying, screenshots are being shared, and the debate is hotter than ever. Every clip, every comment, every tweet is being dissected. And the internet can't get enough. Tonight, we're diving deep. We're breaking down the rumors, the evidence, and the reactions, piece by piece. From DL Hughley's shocking revelations to the wildest fan theories, we're covering it all. Strap in, because what's about to unfold isn't just news. It's a full-blown investigation into one of hip-hop's most iconic figures. And it's about to get messy. Are you ready to see the truth behind the headlines? Because once we start, there's no turning back. The moment the news hit, the internet erupted. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, trying to make sense of the explosive rumors surrounding Snoop Dogg. Headlines screamed, "Snoop Dogg under investigation." And DL Hughley drops shocking receipts. And the streets couldn't stop buzzing. Nobody knew what was true. Everyone had an opinion. It all started with a cryptic post from DL Hughley, the legendary comedian who's never afraid to speak his mind. Hughley hinted at hidden truths that could shake the very foundation of Snoop's career. In his usual sharp, no-nonsense style, he dropped screenshots and clips that fans immediately dissected, trying to figure out what was real and what was hype. The evidence. Orchestrated chaos. Fans debated endlessly, with hashtags trending faster than anyone could keep up. Hashtag Snoop under investigation. Hashtag DL Hughley receipts. And hashtag DOGGFATHER drama. Social media influencers were quick to jump on the bandwagon, posting reaction videos, memes, and deep dives into every little detail of Snoop's public appearances over the last few months. Every outfit, every interview, every comment suddenly seemed suspicious. Even Snoop's loyal fans, who've stood by him through decades of controversies, couldn't ignore the growing storm. The chatter wasn't just online. Street corners, radio shows, and late-night podcasts were all ablaze with theories. But it wasn't just the fans. Industry insiders, rappers, and even some of Snoop's former collaborators were weighing in. Some hinted at legal troubles, while others said this might just be a publicity stunt. But the fact that DL Hughley dropped receipts made people stop and think. Could this really be something bigger than we imagined? Could the Dogfather actually be in trouble? In the midst of this chaos, Snoop Dogg himself remained eerily silent. No posts, no statements, no interviews. And silence in a world this loud only fuels speculation. The longer he stayed quiet, the louder the rumors grew. And then came the first major reaction video that went viral overnight, a fan compilation of Snoop's recent appearances paired with DL Hughley's screenshots. The video instantly racked up millions of views. People couldn't stop talking about it. "Look at this," cried one TikTok user. "It's all connected." Another added, "If this is real, this changes everything about how we see Snoop." Even mainstream media began picking up the story. Major outlets started reporting on the investigation, quoting sources, and analyzing the so-called evidence. Legal experts weighed in, breaking down the possible implications. Could this affect Snoop's music career? His business ventures? His reputation as a cultural icon? Questions piled up faster than answers, and with every passing hour, the tension escalated. What made the situation even more shocking was the sheer timing. Snoop Dogg had just announced a new album drop, and speculation swirled that the investigation might overshadow his music release. Fans worried, would this scandal taint his legacy? Or was it just another chapter in the life of a legend who survived decades in the spotlight? By the end of the first 24 hours, the story had taken on a life of its own. Memes, reaction videos, and news reports dominated feeds. Snoop Dogg's name was trending globally. And at the center of it all, DL Hughley remained calm but firm, hinting that the receipts were just the beginning. That more shocking details were about to surface. One thing was clear: this wasn't just another celebrity rumor. This was something bigger. The investigation whispers weren't just idle talk, they had momentum. And the internet was ready for a full-blown meltdown. And as fans speculated and media outlets debated, one question lingered: how would Snoop Dogg respond? And what secrets might finally come to light? The story took a shocking turn when DL Hughley decided to go all in. After days of teasing, he posted a series of screenshots, voice notes, and social media clips, what he called receipts, claiming they revealed the hidden truth behind the ongoing investigation surrounding Snoop Dogg. The internet went completely insane. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing, and critics were scrambling to dissect every single detail. The first receipt was a series of private messages, allegedly showing discussions that hinted at potential legal complications. Hughley didn't confirm everything, but he framed it in a way that suggested these weren't just rumors, they were backed by insider information. Every social media user immediately started sharing, screenshotting, and analyzing. YouTube reaction channels exploded overnight, with headlines like, "Snoop Dogg's career in jeopardy. DL Hughley has the proof." Then came the voice note. Hughley claimed it was from someone close to the situation. A source who wanted to remain anonymous, but who confirmed suspicions that had been swirling online for weeks. The clip was cryptic yet electrifying. The speaker mentioned investigations, hidden documents, and shadowy figures in Snoop Dogg's circle. Fans replayed it over and over, dissecting every syllable, every pause, every hint of stress in the voice. The energy online was unreal. Twitter threads exploded. TikTok compilations went viral. And Instagram memes began circulating that mocked and amplified the story simultaneously. Hashtags like #SnoopReceipts, #DL Hughley Exposes, and #DOGGFATHER Drama were trending worldwide. Even late-night shows picked up the story, discussing the evidence and theorizing how it could affect Snoop's empire. What made it even more sensational was the timing of the album release. Fans speculated, was this purely coincidental, or was someone trying to sabotage Snoop's momentum? Every fan theory seemed wilder than the last. Some said it was a setup orchestrated by rivals, while others insisted that it was internal drama finally spilling into public view. Regardless, the receipts were enough to make everyone stop and question everything they thought they knew. Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg continued his radio silence. Not a single post, not a hint of a statement. His absence only fueled speculation. Social media users flooded comment sections with pleas, predictions, and wild conspiracy theories. "He's planning something," one fan wrote. "Or he's done for," argued another. The debate was endless, with no clear answers. The receipts also sparked debates within the hip-hop community itself. Fellow artists weighed in subtly, some expressing concern, others posting cryptic messages that hinted at loyalty or caution. Interviews with close friends and collaborators added layers of intrigue, with some claiming they had heard whispers but couldn't comment fully. Every voice added to the chaos, creating a swirling storm of rumors, half-truths, and shocking revelations. And as the storm grew, mainstream media had no choice but to follow suit. Analysts, journalists, and legal experts all broke down the evidence Hughley presented, discussing the potential legal, financial, and reputational consequences. Could Snoop Dogg face charges? Would this derail his music empire? The questions piled up, and each answer seemed to only create more uncertainty. It was clear this wasn't just another celebrity scandal. DL Hughley had ignited a frenzy that would dominate the news cycle for weeks. Fans were obsessed, media outlets were relentless, and Snoop Dogg's silence had become the loudest statement of all. And while the receipts raised more questions than they answered, one thing was undeniable: the world was watching, waiting for the next move in a story that promised more twists, more drama, and more explosive revelations than anyone could have imagined. The story had completely spiraled out of control. Fans weren't just talking, they were obsessing, creating theories, compiling evidence, and even staging live debates online. TikTok videos dissected every frame of Snoop Dogg's past interviews. Instagram stories were combed for hidden messages, and Twitter threads ran in the thousands, each one trying to uncover a piece of the puzzle. Some fans suggested that the investigation might involve financial mismanagement or hidden contracts, pointing to old business dealings as potential triggers. Others speculated on more dramatic possibilities, claiming that certain legal documents hinted at disputes within Snoop's inner circle. Every theory seemed wilder than the last, and yet each one found believers. Memes, GIFs, and reaction clips flooded feeds daily, turning speculation into full-blown entertainment. Meanwhile, the music industry couldn't ignore the chaos either. Fellow artists posted cryptic messages on social medias, showing solidarity, others subtly distancing themselves. The industry chatter suggested that the receipts DL Hughley revealed were more serious than anyone had imagined. Producers, promoters, and insiders began quietly analyzing Snoop's recent collaborations, trying to predict how the scandal could ripple through upcoming releases. Some predicted delays, others feared damage to his legendary reputation. Even mainstream media ramped up coverage. Legal experts debated the possible outcomes, while entertainment journalists connected dots from years-old interviews, public statements, and news reports. The story had become more than just rumors. It was now a cultural phenomenon, blending hip-hop, legal drama, and social media hysteria in a way few events ever had. Fans also turned to fan accounts and conspiracy channels, creating timelines that mapped Snoop Dogg's public appearances, statements, and social media activity. They cross-referenced dates with DL Hughley's receipts, building elaborate narratives that suggested a web of hidden motives and unseen players. Every revelation fueled new debates. Was Snoop Dogg being targeted? Was someone close to him betraying him? Or was this simply a publicity storm crafted to dominate headlines ahead of his new album? In the midst of all this, DL Hughley maintained his calm but provocative presence. He didn't reveal everything at once. Instead, he kept teasing further drops, suggesting that the receipts were just the beginning. Fans interpreted this as proof that even bigger revelations were on the way, and speculation intensified further. Some wondered if Hughley himself was orchestrating part of the hype, turning the story into a media event of unprecedented scale. And yet, Snoop Dogg's silence remained the most powerful part of the saga. Every rumor, every leaked clip, every theory seemed to revolve around how he would respond, or if he even would. Social media users debated endlessly. Was this a sign of strategy, a way to stay above the chaos? Or was the legend simply overwhelmed by forces beyond his control? His absence became almost a statement in itself, amplifying the drama and leaving fans desperate for answers. By now, the story had evolved from a simple rumor into a full-blown digital storm. Memes and reaction videos were everywhere. Legal analyses and fan theories were trending. And even casual observers who weren't fans of hip-hop were glued to the unfolding saga. The streets, the feeds, the podcasts, and even late-night shows were alive with discussions, all circling back to one question: what is really happening with Snoop Dogg? And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't get any more intense, whispers began circulating about possible insider leaks from Snoop Dogg's camp itself. While nothing was confirmed, these hints were enough to send fans and media into overdrive. Every new post, every subtle hint, every cryptic tweet from those close to Snoop was scrutinized, analyzed, and blown up across the internet. The saga had reached a fever pitch. The combination of D.L. Hughley's receipts, fan theories, industry chatter, and Snoop Dogg's strategic silence had created a perfect storm. The world was watching, waiting for the next explosive revelation. And one thing was certain. This was no ordinary celebrity story. It was a moment that could define careers, reshape reputations, and leave fans shocked beyond imagination. As the days passed, the tension only grew. The receipts dropped by D.L. Hughley had ignited a wildfire of speculation. And the world was now waiting for Snoop Dogg to finally break his silence. Fans were glued to every post, every story, every hint of activity online. The pressure was mounting not just from the public, but from industry insiders, collaborators, and even mainstream media. Then came the first response, a cryptic post from Snoop himself. No long explanation, no official statement, just a short video clip with him confidently walking through a studio, nodding to the camera, accompanied by a simple caption, "Stay tuned." It was enough to set the internet ablaze. Fans dissected every frame, every gesture, every word. The speculation ran wild. Was this a reassurance, a challenge, or a warning that more revelations were coming? At the same time, industry reactions intensified. Fellow artists, some longtime friends, and collaborators started making subtle comments in interviews and social media, hinting at loyalty, solidarity, and the complicated pressures that come with fame. Analysts suggested that the investigation rumors might impact upcoming releases, sponsorship deals, and Snoop's public image. But they also noted the strength of his legacy. One thing was clear: Snoop Dogg was not going down without a fight. Fan theories reached a fever pitch. Some believed the receipts were just the tip of the iceberg, hinting at secrets buried deep within the music industry. Others speculated about personal conflicts, rivalries, or orchestrated media stunts. Memes, compilations, and reaction videos flooded feeds like never before. Fans debated endlessly. Every revelation sparked more questions than answers. D.L. Hughley, meanwhile, continued to tease future drops, hinting at even bigger revelations. His calm, strategic approach kept the story alive, feeding the hype and ensuring that the world remained fixated on Snoop Dogg. It became clear that this saga was far from over. Even as rumors swirled and fans speculated, the real story behind the scenes truths, legal intricacies, and insider conflicts remained shrouded in mystery. By now, the saga had become a cultural phenomenon. The combination of viral receipts, fan theories, and Snoop's legendary silence had created a perfect storm. The world watched not just a celebrity story, but a real-time drama unfolding in front of millions. Late-night shows, podcasts, YouTube channels, and social media feeds were dominated by debates, analysis, and speculation. Everyone had a theory. Everyone had a prediction. And yet, the truth remained elusive, tantalizing, and utterly compelling. Finally, as the dust settled, one thing became certain: Snoop Dogg's legacy was unshakable. But the drama had redefined his public image for the moment. Fans, critics, and media alike were left waiting for the next move, fully aware that in the world of hip-hop, the story is never really over. So what does this mean for fans and observers? It means staying alert, keeping your eyes on social media, and preparing for more shocks, twists, and revelations. Whether the rumors are fully true, partially exaggerated, or part of a carefully orchestrated media strategy, one fact is undeniable: Snoop Dogg remains a figure who commands attention, sparks debate, and dominates headlines. And now, it's your turn. What do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Are the receipts authentic, or is this just another layer of celebrity drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for the latest updates on this epic saga. The story of Snoop Dogg is still unfolding, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single moment. All right, everyone, now it's time to get involved. Because this story isn't just about what's happening, it's about what you think is happening. The rumors, the receipts dropped by DL Hughley, the endless fan theories. And the silence from Snoop Dogg himself, everything is building to a storm, and your voice matters in this conversation. Did the receipts reveal the truth? Or is this all hype, carefully orchestrated to grab headlines and dominate social media? We want to hear your thoughts, theories, and predictions because every comment adds to the discussion and keeps this saga alive. If you're as shocked as we are, hit that like button right now. Show the world that you're following this story closely and that you're ready for every new revelation. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because the moment new updates drop, you'll be the first to know. From fan reactions to insider leaks, from industry speculation to the latest social media trends, we're covering it all. And you won't want to miss a single moment of this unfolding drama. Also, share this video with your friends, your crew, your social media followers, anyone who loves hip-hop, celebrity drama, or just wild stories that keep you on the edge of your seat. Every share helps the conversation grow, sparks new theories, and ensures you're part of the global debate surrounding one of the most shocking celebrity sagas of the year. So, comment, like, subscribe, and share because the story of Snoop Dogg is far from over. And this is just the beginning. Just the beginning.